Hi, this is Candace with KNC Lodge, and I'm working on Christmas cards, and I just wanted to share a little bit with you and try to get some better lighting in here. This is some seam binding that I colored because I didn't have any red ribbon, and so I hope that you can see the difference in these two colors on the video. It's so hard to tell on that little screen. But this side here is Distress Stain in Aged Mahogany, and this side here is a mix of Red Pepper Adirondack and Cranberry Adirondack, and I just mixed them together on the mat and then stuck it in. So this has more of the cranberry color, but this, hi Laura Lulu, check it out, I'm using the gingham on my cards. So, and it's not like red, it's more like a barn red, so this I think is going to work out really well. But I love the deeper maroons, and anyways, those are my seam bindings. I'm just working away, and I'll be back with my Christmas cards later. So I have now created some more ribbon and some more seam binding, and what I found was, for example, this seam binding here was done by taking the Distress Stain and just put it directly on the seam binding. And this ribbon, same story, because I wanted something that wasn't, that was flat, and even if you hang up the seam binding after coloring it, it's still crinkly. So the seam binding takes the color a lot better. This is the ribbon that I used. It's just a Michaels satin ribbon. It's polyester, and then the seam binding is rayon. And I think it's just because it's thinner, it takes the color much better. So these were done using the same technique, just rubbing it on there, and you can see the difference in the color. The other end of this one was done by taking the Distress Stain and putting it on the mat and then spraying some water on it, so it's even lighter. And those are all using the Aged Mahogany. Okay. Then this was I showed you this. This was the one that was, I used Red Pepper and I sprayed it on the mat. Red Pepper and Cranberry Adirondack sprays. So I did the same thing with this. I used the Red Pepper and Adirondack sprays, and this came out more pink than it did this nice beautiful red. So I think on this, I think what I'll need to do is maybe run it through again, or just spray it again and get some more ink on there, because I'm really looking for the red Christmassy cranberry color on that. This seam binding was done with some pine needles Distress ink, putting it on the mat, spraying water on it, and I think it's really pretty. And then I tried it on ribbon by just putting it directly on, and that came out really nicely. I really like this one. And then this one, which I am going to be doing a few blue Christmas cards, I used Faded Jeans Distress Stain. And again, directly on the ribbon. It seems to work the best for getting the color in there. And I'm happy with that one too. It's a nice bright color. So there's my comparison. I'm going to go back and add some more color to this to see if I can get this to be a rich, deep cranberry red like this, because that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go try it and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm back, and I went ahead and I colored this. What I ended up having to do, I tried a few different things here. You can see the difference in the color right there. Right there. I just sprayed the cranberry directly on, like at really close range, and then I tried some of this Lindy's, and this is Autumn Maple Crimson, And it's not bad, but it was just a little bit too much orange in it. I really wanted the purple red, the cranberry red. So here's the seam binding that I did with the red pepper and cranberry, and then here is the ribbon that I did with red pepper and cranberry, and they look so different. This is just not coming out. I really wanted it to be something like this. It's still pretty though, but it's very purpley, and I'm not even sure that I have anything I can use that on. But it's really pretty, and I might, if I don't use it on the holiday cards, I will use it later because it's a cool color. So here's my conclusion. If you use color wash sprays to color it and you want it to be deep dark color, you really got to use something like the seam binding, because I used so much of this. I felt like I used like half a bottle just to get this piece of ribbon to come up to the color. The best bet is using the distress stains. These I used, I don't know, it doesn't even look like I used it. It's still like 9/10 of the way full. So this stuff is so much more concentrated and works great for this. I just made some more ribbon with this bundled sage, and I've got over 3/4 of a bottle, and I have used this so many times on so many projects. This is probably one of my favorite colors in the distress, and I still have 3/4 of a bottle, so this stuff is pretty good stuff. I would say for coloring ribbon, unless you don't mind it to be lighter, or you can actually do it on, for this, you can spray it on your mat, use your Ranger mister or any kind of mister to wet it down a little bit, and then dip it in, and it will come out great on the seam binding. So, love it. Love the colored ribbon. Love to be able to make my own colors. Okay, so I sprayed some more of this red pepper on there, and when I did, it was so red and vibrant. It was perfect. It was almost exactly the same as this, even a little bit redder. Probably more like this, with some nice red in it. But then when it dried, it went back to purple. So I'm sort of in the purple mode. Now it's kind of getting water spots, sort of. And I kind of like it. So I might use it anyway on some of my holiday cards, because it's pretty cool. I like that water spotty look. Anyways, having a good time with the ribbon, and I'm gonna go get going on my Christmas cards. Okay, see you later. Thanks for watching.